You can tell this is Steve Sell's house by the Chiefs flag hanging outside. And this Sunday, he's set to have a Super Bowl party cheering on his favorite team. Steve Sell was born and raised in the Kansas City area.
The love of sports always begins with family, so my dad always was a big Chiefs fan and Royals fan, so I've definitely maintained that over my life.
His favorite Chiefs merch adorns the walls of his man cave.
Yeah, this is one of my great early Chiefs memories. Hall of Fame kicker Jan Stenerud was one of my neighbors, and so I actually used to mow his grass when I was young. And then when I moved to the Dallas area 25 years ago, he wrote this football, signed it, "We'll miss you in Kansas City."
That's the first field goal kicker in the Hall of Fame. He played in Super Bowl IV when they beat the Vikings.
Yeah, I was going to Chiefs games when I was really young. My dad used to drop me off at something called the Huddle Club, which is basically a babysitting corral for kids while their dad sat on the 50-yard line and watched the game.
He also likes the Kansas City Royals. Baseball games are a tradition with his dad.
George Brett was a boyhood idol growing up, and I actually named my son George. And so I've participated in a lot of Kansas City Royals fantasy camp events over the years, and everything I have in my game room is something related to Kansas City sports.
These are his treasures.
Those are just a pair of white shoes that I wear. I call them my lucky game day shoes. So that actually has some confetti on it from the AFC Championship game last year.
He's wearing them Sunday, but can't put them on till game day.
That's the world champion champagne from the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl last year. And so we actually opened that up when they won the AFC Championship game this year.
He even named his dog after a Chiefs player.
That's Patrick Mahomes.
And Patrick has a Texas connection, right? The football player, not the dog.
Yeah, because Patrick Mahomes, obviously from Texas, played at Texas Tech.
But this is also about family.
This is the aforementioned George Sell. I named him after George Brett. This is a picture taken back in about 2009 at one of the Kansas City Royals fantasy camps. And here's a picture of my dad at age 67 catching in fantasy camp. He actually caught double headers for 5 days in a row at age 67. And we all had our baseball cards made. So that was a chance of a lifetime to have that experience with my dad.
And he's raised his son with the same love of sports. It's how they bond.
Sports goes beyond just the game that you see on Sunday.
George is coming in from UT Austin, where he goes to school, just to watch the game with his dad.